Hello everyone, welcome to Barre. My name is Cait. I'm the Barre instructor. I'm very sad not to be in the studio, but we're gonna make it work with these online videos. Hope you enjoy. If you've never been to a Barre class before, it is a total body workout. It's kind of a combination of Pilates, strength, yoga, a lot of different things, and it's going to be working all of your different muscle groups as well as some of those little sister muscle groups as well. It is really focused around posture. So you always want to be thinking about standing up tall, keeping your shoulders down, keeping your core engaged, keeping your spine lengthened. So it's all about lengthening and strengthening your muscles. I will be cueing you the whole time, and we're gonna start off with some core, some ab work. We're gonna do some mat work or some floor work for legs, and then we're gonna move up to standing, do some legs there. If you have something like a wall or a chair, if you want to use that for balance, go ahead. You don't need any equipment for this. I'm going to be using a yoga mat, but if you don't have that, it's totally fine. You can use a towel or you can just do it on the floor, whatever works for you. And that's all you need to know. Here we go. So hopefully you already warmed up. We're going to start off with some abs. So we're going to be sitting up tall. Barre is all about posture. So we want to be sitting up tall, rolling our shoulders back. We're going to reach our arms forward, slowly roll down all the way back down, either onto your mat, or if you don't have a mat, you could just be on the floor. So from here, we want to make sure our spine is pressing into the mat. So really draw that belly button down towards the floor. From here, we're going to place our hands lightly back behind our neck. Start with some crunches. So with this, you really want to think about pulling the middle of your chest up towards the ceiling. So we're not crunching our shoulders over. We're just lifting up and lowering back down. Little baby crunches here. Those feet are planted. We're here for 30 seconds. You're already halfway there. Really squeezing that core, lifting those shoulders up, keeping them away from your ears. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, rolling those shoulders back down, we're going to bring one knee up. So those legs stay in a 90-degree angle. From here, we're going to reach opposite elbow over to opposite knee and then bringing it back down. So switch opposite elbow to knee and back down. Really getting that twist in there. Alternating knees, almost like a bicycle crunch, but you're just placing that foot back down onto the mat. Lifting those shoulders. Again, we don't want to hunch over with our chest. We want to keep it nice and lifted. Lifting up towards that knee and back down. You're on for 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to place that right arm off to the side. So just laying it down onto the floor. From here, we're going to reach up, keeping that elbow to knee, just working with this side here. So again, really getting that twist in there, really working those obliques. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're pulsing up to the side. This is a Barre staple. We love to pulse. You're just going a couple inches up, a couple inches down. So that right shoulder stays down on the floor. You're lifting that left shoulder up, bringing that right knee into your chest for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing back down onto the floor, placing that left hand on the floor, reaching that right hand back behind your head, lifting and lowering, tapping those toes on the mat, crunching up here, lifting that opposite elbow to opposite knee. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that knee and elbow together, we're pulsing. Couple inches up, couple inches down. Drawing that belly button down towards the floor. So you really want to make sure that spine is straight. Pulsing up, keep that left arm extended out to the side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it back down. Go ahead, breathe it out for just a couple seconds here. We are on to our last move here. So coming back down, bringing those shoulders onto the floor, placing those hands by your side. We're going to bring those legs back up into a tabletop position. So those knees are bent at about a 90-degree angle. From here, you're going to tap those heels onto the floor. And then as you come back in, we're going to work with the reverse crunch. So you're just gonna lift those hips up to the ceiling, bringing those legs back to tabletop, tapping those toes, and then lifting up. So really using your lower abs as you lower down, bringing it back up, and then using that upper core to lift those hips up. So lifting and lowering here. Again, as we tap those toes, we really want to keep that spine pressing towards the floor. Looking good. Keep it up. Really shooting those toes up towards the ceiling. Bringing those knees up, tapping them back down. Feel free to do this at your own pace, either driving that pace a little quicker or really going slow and really controlling the motion. Couple more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Wherever you're at, bring those knees back into your chest. So from here, we're going to be moving into a tabletop position and we're going to do some glute work. So from here, those shoulders are going to be right over your wrists. Your knees are going to be right beneath your hips. So we don't want to be collapsed down towards the floor, but really pressing into those palms, definitely lifting up out of that chest. So from here, we're going to start off with that right leg. You're going to keep it at a 90-degree angle, flexing that foot, lifting that heel up to the ceiling, bringing it all the way into your nose, and then back. So just crunching forward, lifting that heel to the back. Really think about pulling that belly button in, lengthening that spine, keeping that neck lengthened. Really squeezing those glutes on the way up, lifting that heel towards the ceiling, pulling it back in. Keep it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, you're going to keep that heel up, pulsing up to the ceiling. Again, a pulse is just a couple inches up, couple inches down. Squeezing those glutes, lifting that heel up. You're almost there. Lift a little bit higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, bringing that knee back down. We're going to lift and lower over to the side. Coming into some fire hydrants. Working those inner thighs, working those glutes, that supporting leg, and that leg that is moving. Keep engaging that core, that upper body stays strong. You're just isolating this motion, keeping that heel flexed. You're shooting energy back through that heel. 4, 3, 2, last one, up and pulse. Couple inches up, couple inches down. Lifting that knee a little bit higher. We're almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing it down. From here, we're just going to circle out that knee. So bringing it up towards your right wrist, circling it back around. Big circles here. Couple more, and then we're going to switch directions. 3, 2, and 1. Switching directions here. Coming to the back and then reaching that knee up towards that elbow and then swinging it back through. Couple more here. Last one. Bring it back to center. You can go ahead and sit back onto that left hip. Stretch it out just a little bit. Whenever you're ready, we're going to switch over onto that opposite side. So you can stay right where you're at. I'm just going to flip around so you can see me better. So again, coming into that tabletop position, rolling those shoulders away from your ears. You don't want to be crunched over like that. Still thinking about that posture. We are starting off with that left leg. That heel comes to the ceiling and then bringing it all the way up to your nose. If this is hard on your wrists, it's going to help you to come onto a harder surface like a hardwood floor, or even if you have a book, something like that, that will give your wrists a little bit more support instead of carpet or a mat. Just in case you have wrist issues, you can also always do this down on your forearms as another option. Wherever you're at, you just want to make sure that those shoulders are right over those wrists or those forearms. Everything stays in one line. And again, that upper body stays strong. So we're just isolating this motion, shooting energy through that heel up to the ceiling, crunching into the center. So you're going to engage that core as well. Couple more here. Keep it up. In 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, pressing that heel up to the ceiling, pulsing here. Couple inches up, couple inches down. Lifting that knee up as high as you can. Your challenge here is to keep that thigh parallel with the floor. So don't let it sink down here. Really try and keep that knee up. You are almost there. Lift a little bit higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that knee back down to center, lifting up to the side into fire hydrants. You can keep that foot flexed. Keep shooting energy back behind you. That spine stays lengthened. Relaxing those shoulders. Keep breathing. Couple more on this side, then you know what's coming next. We have that pulse. 3, 2, last one. Holding it up and pulse. Keep that knee up, keep that foot flexed. Hold that upper body strong. You got it. We're not here for too long. Lift a little bit higher. You're done in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing that knee back down. Again, going with those circles. So bringing that knee up towards that wrist, circling it out. Big circles with that knee here. Couple more, and then we're going to switch directions. Last one. And then bringing it forward. So starting back, bringing that knee forward and around. Big circles here, as big as you can. Keep that core engaged, taking some deep breaths. Couple more. Last one, bring it down, sitting back onto that right side. You can stretch it out a little bit. Taking some deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, walking those hands back up. We're going to move on to some more legs standing up. If you want, you can do this by a wall or a countertop or some sort of furniture, chair maybe that you can hang onto. I'm just going to use this door. We're going to start off with some sumo squats. So you're going to walk those feet wider than shoulder width apart. And you're going to slide down. Think about if you're sliding down a wall. So since you're at home, you actually could slide down a wall just to make sure that your spine stays straight. So if you look at the side view, this is a sumo squat. So everything stays in one line instead of a squat where we are sitting back. We just want to be sliding down a wall and then bringing it right back up. So again, those feet are wider than shoulder width apart. You can bring those arms out to the front. Otherwise, they can stay on your hips. We're going to slide down that wall, slowly lifting it right back up. So as you go down, making sure that your knees are going in the direction of your second toe. So we don't want our knees coming into the front. We want them going right out to the side. And then we squeeze on the way up, squeezing those glutes, keeping our shoulder blades rolling back. Perfect. Sinking low, pushing back up. Want to keep that chest lifted. As always, we want to engage that core. So still keeping that image in your head of pulling that belly button back towards your spine. Always want to be thinking about that posture. Looking good. We're almost there. Couple more. Last two. And on this last one, we're gonna stay low, we're gonna pulse. So again, like I said, barre, it's all about pulsing. So you're gonna be going a couple inches down, a couple inches back up. So again, you wanna keep those hips tucked under. So if you think about it, if your hip bones are kind of pointing up towards where the wall meets the ceiling, that's how I like to think about it. It's really gonna engage those glutes. Again, make sure those knees are going out to the side. That's really gonna engage those inner thighs. So you're pulling that core in, those shoulders stay down, sinking low. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly standing back up, going back to that full range of motion, lifting and lowering here. Slow on the way down, squeezing on the way up. Couple more here. 2 more. Last one, down and pulse again. Couple inches up, couple inches down. Holding strong here. Sinking a little bit lower. Challenge yourself to get as low as you possibly can. Really burn out those thighs. Again, keep those knees pulling outwards. It's really going to engage those inner thighs. You're almost there. Sink a little bit lower. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lifting back up. From here, we're going to walk those legs back in. So once you walk those feet back in, we're going to bring them about shoulder width apart. So before we were working with that sumo squat, we're going to move on to working with a squat. So you're going to send those hips back, squeezing at the bottom, lifting it back up. So you, again, we want those shoulders rolling back. We want that chest nice and lifted. That core stays engaged. We are we're putting our weight back into our heels. So as we sink low, you should be able to wiggle your toes. I don't know if you can see my toes in the video, but you should be able to wiggle those toes because your weight should be back in your heels. Those legs are going to be parallel. So instead of them going out like in a sumo squat, they're kind of pointing straight forward. You don't want those knees coming into the center or going out to the side. Like I said, they're just parallel. So working with this full range of motion, sinking low, sending those hips right back up. Again, if you want some extra balance, you can hang onto a wall or a doorknob, chair, whatever works for you. Keep it up. Couple more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're sinking low. We're going back to our pulses. So we're pulsing in this squat. You're sinking your hips low. Again, weight is in your heels. If you want an added challenge, you can always roll up onto your toes. So bring those heels up off the floor. It's going to work those calves a little bit more. That you might definitely need to hang onto a wall. Takes a little bit more balance to be up on your toes. Otherwise, you're dropping those heels. Weight is back behind you. Sinking low. Make sure those shoulders don't hunch up. Make sure that spine is lengthened. Small but mighty move here. We're almost there. Sink a little bit lower. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to that full range of motion. Sink those hips low, driving them right back up. Feel free, again, you're taking this at your own pace, either driving that pace a little faster or going slow, really paying attention to that posture, really putting energy into the motion. Perfect, keep it up. Couple more here. 4, 3, 2, Last one, we're sinking low again. So this time as we pulse, we're gonna bring one heel up and then drop it down. Bring that other heel up, drop it down. So kind of like you're pedaling out those feet, lifting and lowering those heels as you pulse. So we're getting a couple inches up, couple inches down, pedaling out those feet. Keep it low, those hips stay low. Isolating this motion. So as you lift the heel up, we're not standing all the way up, we're staying low. Just isolating one leg at a time. Looking good. You can do it. Sink a little bit lower. Four, three, two, one. From here, pop up that right heel. We're pulsing here. So your left heel is down. We're keeping that right heel up. We're sinking low. Really gonna burn out that left leg. Holding strong. Keep watching that posture. As we fatigue, that's the first thing to go. So we really wanna make sure we're keeping that spine straight, core engaged, shoulders down. We switch in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that right heel, lifting up that left heel, pulsing low here. Again, really burning out that right leg this time as that left heel is up. Sink those hips back as far as you can, staying low. Challenging yourself here. You're almost there. Sink a little bit lower. You're done in 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, dropping both heels, driving those hips back up, full range of motion, sending them right back down. Looking good. Again, if you want that added challenge, you can do this up on your toes. Otherwise, that weight is in your heels. Driving that pace wherever you're at. You are so strong. Keep it up. Couple more. You're done in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing back up. Shake out those legs. If you need a little bit of a stretch, you can grab one foot, stretching out the front of your leg. And release whenever you're ready. Grabbing that opposite foot, stretching out that leg. And release whenever you're ready. Next up for legs, we're just gonna move our way down. We are gonna work on some calf raises. So again, those feet are gonna be shoulder width apart. You can again hang on to that wall if you need that for balance. Feet are shoulder width apart in parallel, so they are not turned out, they are just pointing towards the front. We're gonna slowly lift up, lifting up high onto those toes, slowly lift back down, just tapping those heels for a second, and then rolling back up as high onto those toes as you can. So with this, we really want to be thinking about our posture, so everything is lengthened. We're getting as tall as we possibly can, and slowly tapping those heels back down, lifting up. So you want those heels to get as far away from the floor as you possibly can. Squeezing on the way up. Tapping those heels, lifting it right back up, engage that core. If you want some more core work, you can take both hands off of whatever you're using to balance. That balance is going to work that core even more. Lifting and lowering here. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, lifting up onto those toes. We're going to do little tiny pulses at the top. So since this is such a small range of motion, you're just going up a couple centimeters and down a couple centimeters. So it's a really, really, really small motion, but it's very effective. Keep those heels as high up off the floor as you can. Don't let them sink lower to the floor as you fatigue. Keep them up high. Little tiny fast motions. If you can't feel this yet, make those pulses a little bit faster. From here, we're gonna just sink down a couple inches. So those heels are still off the floor. You're still pulsing, but you're not quite as high, so it feels a little bit better. But we're still gonna keep that couple centimeter lift, couple centimeter drop. Keep those pulses, but you're not as high in your toes. You're just right at that middle. Little tiny pulses here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, those heels are gonna hover right above the floor. You are just gonna keep with those pulses. You might be able to feel the floor, but you're not actually putting your weight down. You're just hovering those heels right above the floor. You're so close, but we're not putting those heels down yet. Keep those pulses up, couple inches or couple centimeters up, couple centimeters down. After this, we're gonna work our way back up one more time. So this is kind of our active recovery. And in 4, 3, 2, 1, we're going back up to that middle height. So a couple inches up. You're not all the way up on your toes. You're right at that middle, pulsing here. Keep watching that posture. You are almost there. We're gonna move up to that top height in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting as high as you can. Up on those toes. Those heels are as far away from the floor as you can get them. Staying up tall. Little tiny pulses here. Couple centimeters up, couple centimeters down. This is the hardest one. Just quick motion here. As fast as you can, as little as you can. So just a little small movement here. Push through a little bit longer. See if you can lift those heels up a little higher. For 4, 3, 2, 1, lowering back down, just tapping those heels back to that full range of motion. Feels really great. Tap those heels, lift right back up. Couple more here, then we're almost done. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down, shake out those legs. If you need a little bit of a stretch, you can step back with one foot, pressing that heel back, shifting those hips forward. Kind of shake it out a little bit. And then switch whenever you're ready. Shake out those legs and then step back with that opposite foot, driving that hip forward. Stretch it out a little bit. Perfect. We are going to move on to some arms. So we're going to be doing some arm circles. So from here, we're just going to have our palms facing the ceiling. We're going to have those elbows in a slight bend. So from here, we're just going to start off making little tiny golf ball sized circles to the front. So with these arm circles, we always want to keep our shoulders away from our ears. So as we fatigue, it's really easy to pull those shoulders up, but we want to keep them down. Those elbows stay up. We don't want to bring them all the way down here. Keep those hands up. Keep those elbows up, shoulders down. You're halfway there. Again, these are small little circles. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Make sure, as always, we're pulling that core in. And from here, we're going to switch to the back in 4, 3, 2, 1. Flipping to the back. So little tiny circles backwards. That golf ball size. So these are small circles. Keep those elbows up. You're halfway there. Squeeze those shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're switching to the front again. So making those circles to the front a little bit bigger this time. We're gonna make them about a soccer ball size. So bigger circles here. Keep that pace going. Again, as always, you can do this as fast or as slow as you would like. Always thinking about that posture. Keep those elbows up even though we're making bigger circles here. You're almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flipping to the back again. We're still at that soccer ball size. You still have a slight bend in those elbows, so they're not all the way straight. They're not down here either. Slight bend. Keep those palms facing up. Oh, wait. Are we doing the back? Yeah, we flipped to the back. I think I got confused. Soccer balls to the back. You are almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're bringing those elbows in, serving them out. So squeeze those elbows on the way in, really engaging those muscles, shooting them back out to the side. Act like you're carrying 2 trays. Looking good. Shooting those arms out to the side, really pulling them back in like you're trying to pull something towards you. Like keep those palms facing the ceiling. For 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're keeping those arms back out. From here, we're pulsing down. So really putting some weight behind this. We're not just flopping our arms. We're really putting muscle behind this move, powering down, powering back up. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're gonna bounce those arms into the front. So again, we have that slight bend in those elbows, and then we're gonna bounce them back out. So kind of like you're pulsing to the front and then pulsing back out. Keep those shoulder blades down as you come to the sides, really squeezing those shoulder blades back behind you, pulsing back forward. Working those shoulders here, working those biceps. 4, 3, 2, 1, wherever you're at, coming to the front here. We're gonna bring those hands into fists. Actually, we're gonna bring them into, just so that they're facing each other, like you're gonna clap. And then we're gonna make sure those triceps are almost parallel with the floor. We're pulsing here, kind of in this 90-degree angle with those elbows. Pulsing those elbows down to the floor, really working those outer shoulders here. Keep those elbows up. Again, we're not pulsing down here, pulsing right up here. Couple more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, opening back out to the side. Those palms are facing the front again, or the ceiling again. This time, instead of pulsing down, we're pulsing up. So it's gonna look the same, but it's gonna feel a little bit different. So really pushing up like you're trying to lift something heavy. Again, really working those shoulders. If you can't feel this yet, lift those arms a little bit higher or those hands a little bit further out, and then speed up those pulses. You should really feel a burn in those shoulders right now. You are almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, we're serving those hands out to the side. Can't hit my door, I don't have that much space. I have very long arms. Serving out to the side, last little bit of arms here. We have one more challenge, and then you can stretch on your own and be done with your workout for today. You're almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those arms, circle one out to the side. Switching directions. Oh, yep, hit the wall. And switch sides, circle it out. And switch directions. Bring one arm across your body, stretch out that shoulder. And release, switch, bring that opposite arm across your body. And release. We are going to be ending our workout with a 1-minute plank here. Last challenge, just 1 minute out of your day. You have options here for variations. You can either be on your knees like this, holding your plank, or you can be up on your toes. You can also be down on your forearms, on your knees, or you can be on your toes and on your forearms like in a traditional plank. So whatever you're feeling today, you are going to hold this for 1 minute. So wherever you're at, we're going to start in a couple seconds here. In 3, 2, 1. Pushing up into that plank. Making sure those shoulders are right over your elbows or right over those wrists. You are pulling that core in, engaging that core. As always, we're lengthening that spine. Keeping those hips low. Holding strong here. This is your last challenge of this workout. Holding strong. You can do it. You've made it through 35 minutes already. What's 1 more minute? You are almost there. You're about halfway there. Holding strong. You're getting close. Power through a little bit more. You have 10 seconds left. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down to those knees, pushing it back into a child's pose. Reach through those fingertips, sink those hips back onto your heels. Breathe it out. You are done with the work. Feel free now, if you want to do a little bit of a stretch, go ahead. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me for Barre today, and I hope to see you all soon.